All right. So I'm going to start by reviewing what I remember. There are some of you who I didn't give feedback yesterday, so I'll be sharing what was shared and sort of pointing out so that we are all on the same page before we proceed. I just want us to be able to move steadfastly. So just give me a minute as I get these documents that you shared so that I give feedback as we proceed. All right. So allow me to appreciate, I think we've received 3 submissions from Daniel Green Pumps, Giro, and Evelyn. I don't know if there's any other that was shared that I have not received, but those are the ones that at least I've been able to review. I think I tried to give some feedback, but for the interest of and understanding of the others, I thought I would probably share 1 or 2 just for purposes of making us understand this even better. Right. Okay. So let me, for Evelyn, I think I corrected. I don't know. Evelyn, would you want me to review again? Or do you want me to provide some clarity? Or it was clear from yesterday?
Yeah, you can give. Hey, good morning first.
Good morning.
Yeah, maybe you can give some clarity where you feel is possible.
Okay, so let me just get it again, and just get it. Give me a minute, so that we review all, and I hope by reviewing it will make it clear for everybody in terms of just what are some of the aspects you should pay attention to. I think I've got it. Okay. So we are going to start with Evelyn. I think with Evelyn, she shared and reshared, and I was giving feedback because it came fast. The others, I think it delayed, and I think we had. But since we have this forum, let me just go through quickly for the interest of all of us being on the same page and also understanding. So I'll start with Evelyn's. All right. Can you all see my screen? I hope.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so I'll go to Evelyn's. Let's go to the vision statement. So the vision statement, as I can see, as you can see, the location, the geographical scope is there, good. This statement is futuristic to become. And then now my concern with the Evelyn was plastic and textile. Because they are both very big in nature, plastic in itself and textile. But at least for my understanding, your products are more of textile. You use waste textile. So I would prefer, unless you think otherwise, I would probably, I would prefer to remove this. Let me just use this tracking changes. I would remove this and say to be the leading textile waste recycling company in northern Uganda. To me, this would make sense. I don't know if this makes sense to you, Evelyn, but that is my opinion, since it allows both focus and you've chosen a niche that is very specific. Because when you put plastic and textile and whatever, it becomes very big and sometimes you cannot be able to measure. So that is just the thought process I had for that. Feel free to come in case you have a question. On the mission statement, we approach it, so you've told us what you do. Okay. Soft and affordable bedding sponges from recycled waste. So should we say plastic or textile? Evelyn, I am asking a question. So I would prefer it's to be textile, but you can correct me. Waste to improve personal hygiene and save environment. I don't know if this makes sense for you. Then,
Yeah.
then for goal setting, yes, this is financial. This is okay. Productive. This is okay. And sorry. And this is impact. Okay, I think that's sorry. I don't know if you have a question, but that basically maps out what was done yesterday. Do you have any questions? Or anybody who wants to ask a question on behalf of Evelyn?
Evelyn has a question.
Yes, Evelyn, please proceed.
Yes, right. Thanks so much for the clarity. Now, my question is, we do production and distribution at the same time. I don't know how we can put that in our goal. It was a bit disturbing to me yesterday.
Okay, so here the assumption is, you see, distribution is secondary, production is primary. So I would focus more on the production because naturally it means you will distribute because you've already set your financial goal. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So that's it, basically.
Thank
you. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to save this. If you want a copy of this, we can share, but I don't know if you've understood, you can still implement. Would you want a copy of what I've just adjusted? Or you will
yeah,
be able to make your adjustments?
I can do my adjustment from here.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
A big key points.
Okay, perfect. Let me just, okay, the next one we are going to review is, let me just see which document I have here. Daniel, let's look at Daniel's document. Daniel and the green pumps. Okay. Oh, you can see my screen, Daniel, I'm assuming, and Daniel and colleague, I hope you can be able to see my screen. So when we look at your vision, to lead the way in sustainable irrigation by creating cutting edge and cost-effective solutions that transform lives of farmers in Uganda and future generations. So if you ask me, and this is my own opinion, so you can correct me, but this one, sorry, I need to track. Let me just try and activate the tracking first. Okay, okay. So to To me, I see this one as insignificant to lead the way of sustainable irrigation by creating cutting-edge and cost-effective solutions that transform lives of farmers in Uganda. To me, that is simple enough and direct. I don't know what you think, but feel free to interject. Does this make sense? Is Daniel present?
Present. I got disconnected a bit.
I'm just trying to point the correction that I'm making. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
I didn't understand why you removed that, but because I lost a little bit of connection.
So you see, one, the country is Uganda, and you're transforming lives of farmers, and we cannot assume that farmers are only there today and tomorrow they are not there. So future generations is almost repeated, but in silent.
Okay.
That's why. But if you feel, if you have a sentimental attachment, feel free to maintain it. But I don't see much of impact in the statement. When we go to mission, deliver viable water solutions that enhance livelihoods in order to bridge the gap between climate change challenges and agricultural resilience. So I would say that enhance. Okay, so I'm just trying to have a connection between your mission and vision. They are the same, but a bit different. So you deliver viable water solutions that enhance livelihoods in order to bridge the gap between climate challenges and agricultural practice. So remember in your vision, you talked about transforming. So there is transforming and enhancing. Sorry, there's a bit of background noise. So there's a difference between so I would sort of want to keep the relationship between my vision and vision that transform livelihoods in order to bridge something like that. I would sort of want to see a connection, but it's up to you if you feel any different. Goal. Okay, this is okay. 100 million annually, 500 irrigation. Would you prefer systems?
It works. Okay.
But this needs to be earlier because you cannot make that, I would say either November or October. Because you need to distribute before you earn.
Okay.
Before you earn, you distribute before you earn. And then impact to impact over 2,500 in
Uganda.
Is it in combating or mitigating or adapting? Which language?
I think adaptation would much more describe what we are doing. But I feel like combating is also part of it. Though since you mentioned it, adaptation is sounds better. Since you mentioned it. And adapting to droughts, yeah.
Okay, so it's up to you. So the thing is, it's difficult to explain, but I will probably. But you can still use interchangeably, it's up to you. Yeah. If you have any question, feel free. But yeah, I think that makes sense.
Mr. Roy,
Yes, please.
maybe try going back. How do you see if they add the what the date, maybe 31st November 2030, rather than leaving it plainly December 2030?
So with impact, it is okay.
And then for the rest, that is financial, and then the production.
So the issue is usually on the distribution, because you have to distribute earlier before you make the money. But for impact, it's okay.
Okay, I'm saying,
Yes.
and like 31st December this year, rather than just leaving it plainly November. You're not specific about the date.
Date itself.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. So you put the date.
Okay.
Okay. Let me look at the other. Where is the other one? Giro. Let me just share the screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. So this is okay. So this is very, very ambiguous. So it is good and bad because it's not so specific. It is so wide. Can we focus it a bit? I don't know if is it Hajar?
Yes, it is agile.
Hajar, are you there?
Yes.
Do you think we can
Yes.
focus? So what exactly do you offer? What exactly do you offer?
Me,
Mhm.
I do construction of efficient stoves and the trainings about the briquette production and other biofuels, majorly
Okay,
in
so
biogas.
okay, so in your opinion, which is a product?
A product,
Or which one do you think is you will sell more or you will want to distribute more?
that's the stoves.
So the thing is, I think you're more into the solutions, which will cover the technologies, than so I would just say clean energy solutions.
Mm.
Does this make sense for now? It will reduce it, but at least it is fair. And then so would you prefer cost effective or affordable? I'm trying to see some consistency. And then here you've
Affordable,
talked about biomass.
because if I use the affordables.
Yes, so I
Affordable.
also use some consistency in the language. So we can say affordable. And then here, you see now here you've gone very specific. Here you are in clean energy solutions. So what should we do? Do we go with biomass or clean energy? Choose one.
Biomass.
So I'll adjust this and I will adjust this. I'll keep it this way. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. On goal setting, same dates and month. Date and month. Okay. Operational goal. So to produce over. So I'll look at the main product. If you prefer, we are not saying the others won't be sold. To produce. Okay, but for purposes of pushing, you can still keep this 100 bags of briquettes. But what is a bag? What is the measure of a bag? Is it 100 kg, 50 kg? How do you measure your bag? Because you
It's
see when
50 kgs. 50 kgs.
So why don't we just do this and say 50 kg? You see, this sounds very impactful. Does this make sense?
Yes.
I'll keep it that way. So, so I hope this is clear for everybody. Can we take 3 minutes and now be ready for, we are going to handle this. We're going to start our business model in Canvas, but please make the adjustments. I'm just giving you 3 minutes to make the adjustments and then we can proceed.
Okay, Mr. Roy.
Yes, please.
Before we move on, so should she maintain construct over 50 efficient stoves and install over 20 biogas digesters annually, or she just maintains to produce over 50,000 kgs of briquettes?
So impact is not annually. Talk about individuals or households. Okay, Ajara, just make the adjustment. So impact over, so I can as well say over 5,000 households. That's good enough. For example, is it clear? Is it? Okay.
Yes.
3 minutes adjust, and we are starting at exactly 9. Okay, let's do 5 minutes, 9:35. Right. Good. Should I say? This could be good news for you people. Coincidentally, during the session, somebody reached out, previous contact, and they seem to have funds for people who are developing climate opportunities. And I think it would be a good opportunity for some of you. But I'll gather more details and share through Felicitas for a review. But yeah, I hope this will be equally a good opportunity for all of you. All right. I want to presume that everybody has made the adjustments. Does anybody have a question before we proceed? Okay, if there is none, then we can proceed. Let me share my screen. Sorry, I'm using, sorry, let me just stop sharing. Okay. I hope you can all see my screen. And so we are basically going to proceed to business modeling canvas. But for us to be able to understand it deeper, it is good for us to make use of the value proposition map, which you are seeing here. It is this circle. This is how it goes about. So the ultimate goal is for you to develop a value proposition. That is serving a customer who is encountering a problem. And sorry, let me just clear this again. So your ultimate goal, as you can see, this is 4. So my ultimate goal is to have a value proposition that is generated from a solution that solves a problem that is facing a client or a customer. Let me repeat. The value proposition is more of a presentation of the solution of a problem faced by a customer. So it is very important for us to understand the three things that form the value proposition. And number one, I'll create a table here, which you can actually also have create your own, just to help in the reasoning process. So I have a customer. Customer encounters a problem. I offer a solution. Then this generates a value proposition. This equally means that each customer I'm targeting may look at my solution differently. So I need to speak to him according to his language. Okay, so for example, if I'm targeting schools, and okay, I want to use an example. Who wants to be an example in this session, so that we use him as an example? Who wants to be an example? By a show of hands. Who? Nobody wants to be an example.
Hajara.
Hajara's hand did not go up. Did I see? Okay, I'm seeing Daniel. So Daniel, who is your client? Who is your target client? Who is your niche client?
Okay, so my target clients would be farmers who want to also take advantage of the drought and
Kindly
plant
be a
their
bit
crop.
louder. I don't know if it is my side.
Okay, let me
The
repeat.
target
My
client is
target, a farmer who wants to also plant during the drought, during the dry season, not to call the dry season.
so it is not. Do you think it's any farmer or a farmer who has a commercial component into his farming?
Yes, a farmer who would have a commercial component, who wants to make that extra money, who wants to make money.
Output. I don't know which one is the best description, but I say farmer. This is one of the descriptions.
Okay, that sounds good.
Is that better, or we can do commercial? We just say commercial.
No, that sounds better. Planting all year. Planting all year round. A farmer wants to plant all year round. That's better.
Okay, so what is the problem? What is the problem he is facing?
I would say a severe drought would be the problem.
Is there anything else you feel I've left out?
I think also the expensive irrigation equipment in the market.
Sorry?
The expensive irrigation systems in the market. I don't know if that's a problem or.
Sorry, kindly repeat that. I'm trying to get it.
Expensive irrigation systems on the market.
Okay, so So I think this is secondary. What else? I think losses.
Oh yeah, losses.
Okay, so once we are able to document the problem, your solution needs to speak to the problem. So what is your solution?
Yes, so our solution is a cheap, okay, yeah, an affordable irrigation system that utilizes
is it portable?
Yeah, it's portable because we are sourcing water from swamps.
And I remember that was in your description of service. So there has to be a problem. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to indicate that flexibility. Does that make sense? Or maybe you can have a better word. Does this make sense? So affordable, portable,
also easy to service. Easy to service, and our solution is also easy to service and maintain.
Does this make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
So the only thing, what is the adjustment? We are going to say we, and then you talk about, so you offer customer. Okay.
We offer farmers.
Okay. I can describe the customer, or I can describe a bit of the problem. So it depends on how you want to phrase it, but it needs, that statement should be able to make somebody buy. So we offer. Sorry. Okay, let me try and put this in words. Okay, we offer So I'm going to put a longer statement and then reduce it. Ensuring sustainable water supply all year round for increased productivity and yield. Okay, but this statement can be reduced. So are you seeing that statement? So I can
Yes.
again say, instead of that, I can just say we offer or remember we said commercial. So if he's commercial, he needs to make money for sustained
Profits.
income or profits as you'll see fit. I don't know if this makes sense. Anybody lost? Anybody lost? Okay, using the same example, can we do something of that nature? Just pick one customer. What problem? Define the solution and generate the value proposition. And the value proposition has to start with we offer. And it needs to end with a functional benefit. The benefit is income. What is the result of your solution? A value proposition has to give the result. The result is either physical or emotional. So in this particular case, profit, which means confidence, sustainability, success. So we need to offer a solution and it has to have a functional benefit. So can we do that in 15 minutes? 15 minutes? Starting now. So I'll keep this on the screen just for those ones who may want to at least see how it relates. Who is willing to share with us? Anybody who is done and would like to share with us? It's part of the learning process. Who wants to share? Anybody wants to share? Who wants to try? Can we get at least one example before we can proceed? Julius, are you on the call? Do you want to try? Okay, Evelyn, please proceed.
Right, I have mine written in a book. I'm trying to type it.
Or you are typing it in the group, eh? Okay.
No, I had written it in a book. I'm typing it in soft copy.
Okay. You can just tell us what you came up with. Just tell us what your value proposition, your customer problem solution, and then you read the value proposition. Just what you've written down.
Okay, my customer are individuals who are using locally improvised bathing sponge. And the problem is.
Okay, so who is the customer?
My customers are just individuals.
You need to be very specific. Individuals, are they just general individuals? You see, the more descriptive, the better. So you can say maybe individuals who are conscious of hygiene, something like that. Eh? People who are conscious of hygiene.
Okay.
Something like that. It could be that, or you could make it better, but I would say individuals conscious of good hygiene. Okay, proceed. You are reading for us.
And the problem, I have high cost of synthetic bathing sponges in the market. Then lack of readily available sponges due to limited supplies. Then weak and undesirable colors and shapes. That's all.
Solution?
Affordable, durable bathing sponges crocheted to meet customers' needs.
So, affordable, okay, affordable,
durable.
I think there's something, Evelyn, you mentioned. It is also comfortable. Didn't you talk about it being comfortable at some point? Are they comfortable or they are not? When bathing?
They
are. So, affordable, comfortable, durable, crocheted bathing sponges, or for a comfortable bathing experience. Affordable, durable, crocheted bathing sponges for a comfortable. Looks like I've even finished your value proposition. We offer something and then the result is a comfortable bathing experience.
Okay. So can I go to value proposition? Then I add on that.
Yes, please.
Here I have we offer affordable and durable bathing sponges to individuals, ensuring improved personal hygiene. Then maybe I can do that.
So the thing is, we need to be very careful how we craft the value proposition. You don't want to tell somebody the solution is improved value personal hygiene. But you see, when I am selling something, you don't want to make somebody feel bad about himself. So when you say improved personal hygiene, is almost like saying his personal hygiene is not good. Or it's almost like somebody coming to tell you, you know what, Evelyn, I'm not a thief. What comes to your mind? That person could be a thief. That's what comes to your mind. So sometimes the way we phrase, it can make somebody feel abused when he is not. So I would prefer that you, instead of the improved personal hygiene, you just say for a comfortable bathing experience. Like somebody feels, when I buy this, I will enjoy the bathing process. I will feel nice. I will feel good. You see, you want to make somebody value what you are bringing, not by you presenting, he feels like, this person is indirectly abusing me, that I am dirty. You understand? So it's more of you want to put a positive connotation in your value proposition. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so that's what I would recommend, just to ensure that it looks good.
Thank you.
I want to believe the others can make adjustments accordingly. I would want to proceed in the value proposition aspect. Just see. Okay. I want to believe you can all see. This is an exercise that was done in the CLP, but it's one of those aspects that I really want or prefer to emphasize, just so that you can have focus in your target market. So in many cases, when we ask you, who is your customer? In most cases, you'll say, I sell to individuals. Even inside, I can say that, okay? Maybe I can say, who has a lot of different customer segments? I think Evelyn may have fewer, but how many have like different categories of customers?
Me.
Julius, give me your segments. Sorry, I need to note down some. I'm trying to pay attention so that I can list them. Do you want to share them?
I thought I just mentioned them.
Oh, is it me who was not hearing? Maybe I was struggling. Do you mind repeating, please?
Hello, I was saying I could just mention them where I am. Maybe seated for me to share.
Okay, you can mention them, please. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
So my maybe I had not introduced my work. So me, I'm mainly working with trying to be like the leading organic pesticide manufacturer in Uganda, and so some of my customers are farmers, others are landscapers, like those who do mainly landscaping in different places, and then also homeowners, like people who want to work.
You said farmers?
Yes, I was saying farmers, then landscapers, and then people who are homeowners, like to do backyard gardening. They're not necessarily to the level of farmers, but some people that are really like putting the flowers in their home, or something like this. So like 3 of them.
So I can put. Okay, so many times for those of us who have very wide variety of customers, the things we struggle with is it always becomes very difficult because you want to sell to everybody and you end up selling to almost nobody because you want to target maybe schools, maybe hospitals, then you want to target institutions, and you find that your mind is so, should I say, clustered. Now, it is always recommended that when you start your business, it's not bad to sell to everybody, but you need to have a focus on the kind of customer you are targeting so that the others become like a by the way, not the main customers. Okay? So, for example, in Julia's case, as much as all these people could procure your services or products, you need to have like a focus and say, you know what, as much as all this can buy, I need to focus on landlords. So when you say you will focus on landlords, for example, you will pay attention on all people who have rentals per se, or you'll go to rental areas and target who the owners are so that you can offer your services. Same to maybe landscapers, same to farmers, etc. So when we do the market segmentation, our aim is to help you have a laser focus on who your target customer is. Because if you don't have focus on the target customer, you'll find you want to serve everybody and you end up serving nobody. And in many cases, the businesses close because you don't have focus. Because you want to talk to everybody and it does not allow you to understand how you can even talk to the right people. Okay? So the market segmentation tool is used especially if you have a wide category of different potential customers. And it is good for you to start the business by focusing on the ones who are most viable customers, most promising customers. It's better to start with the most promising than everybody, and you end up reaching out to all of them without enough resources for moving, marketing, and you end up wasting resources. Okay? I want to emphasize the aim is not to stop you from selling to others. If they come to you, well and good. But the aim is for you to have focus in your target market so that when you target one segment, you can be able to move very fast and make a lot of money as you attract other segments. Okay? So So using Julius as the example, Julius, I want you to be very loud. I want us, so in the market segmentation tool, assuming all these are your potential customers, you will give the highest mark for every characteristic. This is a characteristic. This column has characteristics. Let me just put it in blue. Okay, for every characteristic, you will give the best mark to the most promising customer and the least mark to the least promising customer. So 5 is best and 1 is the least. Okay, so we start the process. Julius, I hope you are loud and somebody else can do for their own. I believe you all have this worksheet. Julius, who of these can you easily identify and say, when you look at them, you know for sure this one is a farmer, or this one is a landscaper, or this one is a homeowner, or this one is a landlord. Just by ease, it's very easy to identify them. Who of these 4?
Yeah, thank you so much. But as you are doing the description and the reasons, yeah, it came in a bit confusing for me. Maybe you can also clarify. So I have a conflicting assertion. Like the farmers would be many, so if I'm to go to the farmers, I believe I could sell my products and stuff like this. But then when you look at landscapers, I think they are not so many, yet easier to find and easier to convince on aspects of organic.
So for you are running into the conclusion. I don't want you to run into the conclusion. I want us to go through the process. So don't.
I thought I was confused.
We shall find it in the end. So who do
okay,
you the most?
Who do I think
to identify?
The easier to identify would be homeowner, because then I can just go house to house.
Okay, so we give homeowners 5. Next.
5, yes. And then, pardon?
Who are the second most easy to identify?
Then it will be in that way. If it's not a homeowner in the house and I'm not there, it will definitely be like a landlord. And then the next people to look for is the landscapers. And because of limited resources, I think I would go for farmers.
Okay, so in this particular case, I hope you're answering the question the way I've asked. Easy to identify.
Yes.
Very easy to identify. Okay.
Yes, easy to identify.
Next question. When you speak to them, they take your service fastest. So you give the best mark to the one who, the moment you just mention, they say, I need you. Then there are those who will talk to them almost 5 times before they become your customer. So who is your earliest adopter?
My earliest adopter in this case would be a farmer, because I would, yeah. And then the other one would be a landscaper. Then homeowner, then last landlord. Last landlord.
Okay, let's proceed. Okay. In this particular case, I don't know why my whatever. Okay, so the problem is important. They need to solve.
Farmers. Farmers.
Okay, sorry. Let me just try and sort this. I don't know why this row disappeared. I want to duplicate another row. It's for the interest of the exercise. Okay. So which one did I? Sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry, we can now proceed. Julius, I'm just deleting this so that we can move systematically. Okay, so you are saying important is farmers, eh? Yes?
Come again?
You said, is the problem important them? The ones who feel the problem is most important to them. Who?
Farmers.
Followed by?
Okay.
Followed by?
By homeowners.
Then
followed landlords. And then landscapers.
Okay, let's proceed. They can afford. They have the money. They can be able. You see, you can have a good potential customer, but he cannot afford you. So who can afford you?
The homeowners would afford more.
Next.
And I think farmers.
Then?
Landlord.
Then?
Landscapers.
Okay, next. Now, this one, who do you have to spend, you evaluate that in terms of cost, in terms of money and time. Eh? So there are those who you will take a lot of time for them to become customers. And there are those who you will spend a bit of money. Maybe you need to promote, you need to make a proposal, whatever. They will turn you back and forth. So whose cost is lowest? Like it's very easy to secure, and who is most expensive to get? So the most expensive to get is least mark. The least expensive to get is best mark.
Maybe I can ask a question to be clear here. To move from where I am to see a farmer may be expensive.
Okay, so
and there's no for me to look for a farmer. It may be expensive, but once you are in that area, it's easier to get them. I would imagine. Okay, but then the next one that would be landscapers. And then
those are
landlords.
Okay.
Yeah, so landlords and then homeowners.
So homeowners, it's easy for you.
Yes, it will be easy because I can walk from house to house.
Who are more loyal to you? Loyal, like when they get your services, they will still use your service continuously.
I would say homeowner.
Let me see homeowners.
The farmer.
Then farmer. Then who?
The landscapers will definitely come on board again.
Then landscapers.
Yes, and then the last one is landlord.
Okay. We already talked about this somewhere else, so I'm not going to repeat the question. Competition. Where do you have most competition? Where you have most competition, you give least mark.
Farmers.
Competition, eh? Where do you have least competition? In that order.
Where do I have less or more?
Less. So you're saying
yes, in farmers I have more.
Where you have least competition, we put. Where you have least competition, we put the highest.
Where I have the less competition, we put the highest number. Okay.
Because
So
where there is no competition, that means you can easily get to the market. Where there is a lot of competition, it means you have to compete with the others.
Yes. So farmers is where I have the most competition, and the least competition would be in landscapers.
So let's go in that order. Most competition, next most, something like that. As
So
it grows.
farmers,
most, then as it reduces next.
So it will be farmers, homeowners, landlords, and landscapers.
So I hope we have understood on competition. You put the least mark where there is a lot of competition, and you put the highest mark where there is least competition. Where there is no competition, you put more marks. Where there is a lot of competition, you put less marks.
Yes.
Next segment, in other words, when I get this market, it's like when you get one, you will get another, or you will get a lot of referrals. So when you look at these people, who will give you most referrals and who will give you least referrals?
Farmers will give me most. Farmers will give me most referrals.
Followed by who?
Homeowners.
Followed by homeowners.
Then followed by landlords, and then last. No. Landlord is the last.
Sorry?
Landlord will be the last.
Okay. Okay. This three. Okay, finally, who do you really like, you feel in your heart? Is it in your heart or in your soul? Then you feel like, I want to serve these people because I will feel happy, a sense of fulfillment. I will feel joy. Like it's the customer you feel you need to serve. And there's one who you need just to serve for money. So who aligns with your dream most in that particular? Okay, next.
The farmer, the homeowner, the landlord, and the landscaper.
Okay. So the rest is mathematics. I think we can all, because it's an exercise, I would task you to give me the total of farmers. Let me see who is in the class. So I'm going to ask Julius, give me the total of farmers. Hajara, give me the total of landscapers. Daniel, give me the total of homeowners. Evelyn, give me the total of landlords. Julius, give me the total of farmers. Hajara, give me the total of landscapers. Daniel, give me the total of homeowners, and then Evelyn, give me the total of
34.
Who is speaking?
Julius.
Julius, for you, you've got 34. Sorry. Let me just see. So for you, you've got 34. 34. Landscapers, I'm waiting.
There are 17 landscapers.
17?
Yeah.
This is the total, eh? For homeowners? I hope you can all see, just to ensure not hidden anything. Homeowners, I'm waiting for the total, Hajara.
Sorry, what am I adding? Sorry.
Homeowners. Homeowners. Okay. Then Evelyn, landlords.
I have 27.
27. Let's see, 27. So we are waiting for Hajar. Yes.
I have 46.
Julius, what do you get from those totals? What do you get to understand from those totals? Julius, are you there? What do you understand from these totals? What do they tell you? Julius, you've muted. Are you there? All right, because of time, I'll probably try to digest. So from the insights we've got, your preferred from the numbers, your target customer should be homeowners. Because based on your available resources, you can easily identify them. It's easy to secure them, followed by farmers. So I would put my target customers homeowners, followed by farmers, just to ensure that I do not waste resources in the marketing process. That is what these totals tell us, that it's good to prioritize homeowners and then farmers, okay? It is also recommended that when you focus on, you can try both farmers and homeowners, but eventually prioritizing on the ones that you find you are easily converting them into clients, okay? You may find as much as from the ratings, you find homeowners have more marks, but you find as you interact with farmers, farmers seem to be converted most. So in this market segmentation exercise, it just emphasizes.
Sorry. As you're presenting, could you kind of project the whole thing?
Sorry, you are off.
I know what I was saying, that as you're projecting, as you're speaking, could you kindly make the table visible that you're seeing?
Could I?
Explaining. Make the table still continue to be seen.
Okay, so what is meaning? Like try to zoom in.
Want it to be together.
No, zoom, so that they can easily see from the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just put it in full. Julius, what was the question? Or that's what you wanted?
I don't know if the rest are seeing it differently. What I was saying that as you explain what you have been explaining, it would be nice as you explain to be that we are immersing ourselves in the exercise we are from just doing right now, so that the table is complete. Like we are all seeing it as complete as it is. Not one side of the table, just the whole table. The way you had done it when we were adding up.
Okay, so I'm just going to, because this question was repeated twice, so I'm just going to remove this for the purposes of ensuring we can all see. Sorry. Just. Okay. I don't know if you are able to see everything. Whenever I reduce the zoom, I don't know if this helps. Okay. Does this help?
Yeah, just maybe reduce on the side of the size. Instead of 96, reduce it a bit. And then then clip it up. Then
Like that?
Yeah, I think. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so what do you get from this? What do you gather? What are the insights you get from this process?
Yeah, I think from the exercise you realize that what you think you need is not what exactly you actually need. Yeah, based on what how you have explained it, because I think personally I was thinking going to farmers and doing all the things that are needed to be done, but now when you dive deep into the homeowners, and then with what we have seen, it makes it actually very interesting. Maybe can I ask a question?
Ask. Ask.
Oh, sorry. So the homeowners have all those advantages. However, when it comes to numbers, the farmers are more. So where do we draw the line?
So you see, here we do not compare numbers, because you could have many people, but not many of them are buying from you.
Yeah,
okay?
You're right. Thanks.
So the thing is it the population or the competition? So we evaluate.
Yeah.
You see, these have not been evaluating numbers, but they have asked you a very simple question. Question number one: can you easily identify this customer? Yes or no? Can he adopt to your product, or is it easy for you to convert him into a customer? Yes or no? Is the problem very important to them? Yes or no? Do they have the ability to buy? Because they could be many, but they don't have the ability to buy. Do they have the ability to buy? How much effort do you use? How much effort in terms of time and resources, cost of customer acquisition? Loyalty. Do they keep to you as the service provider, or they move to another service provider? Competition. Are there many people competing for the same customer, or there are fewer people? Next segment. Do you get referrals? When you serve one customer, you will get another customer? Then founder's dream. Who of this do you really feel so happy to serve? When we compare all these attributes, we can be able to at least see who your top priority customers or customer should be. Now, whenever you see, we've used the information you've given us. It's purely the information based on your assessment. Now, in some cases, you may find as much as you've given homeowners high marks, you actually find maybe you may have marked farmers, and you find that maybe it's easier to identify or access them and what have you. So usually, as much as homeowners have highest mark, you can try both segments in the engagement, and then you zero down as you close in and say, from engaging both, I still find homeowners better, or from engaging both, I find farmers seem to be better. Then you zero down and say, okay, moving on, I'll prioritize more of farmers, or moving on, I'll prioritize more of homeowners. Is it clear?
Crystal clear.
So, I want us to conclude today's session with this assignment. Going to just open this. In your training materials, you have something called prospecting draft, sales targeting or prospecting draft. Do you have it? There's an Excel sheet called sales targeting prospecting draft. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Please confirm that you can all see my screen by a show of hands. Are the others in class? All right, so your today's assignment is, remember you did your target on your SMART goal. You had a financial goal. So for you to have the financial goal, you need to get prospects or sales leads. So assuming you've done the exercise you've just done, I will need you to determine, okay, sales goals, maybe I will say in Julia's case, homeowners. Sorry. Say homeowners. Reach out to maybe, let's do 20. You can put aside whichever target you want. But in this particular case, I'm going to put 20 leads and convert at least 10 clients by close of the year. So I can put homeowner, maybe what is the phone number? 07 your service. So I want you to generate at least 20 prospects. If you prefer farmers, same story. You can say 5 clients. Does this make sense? For Evelyn, if you don't sell directly, you can say, I'll target, say, grocery, or you will say, I can say retail shops. Okay, for example, that is where you distribute. And I'll say I will want 20 and maybe sell to have at least 10 retail shops have my products. Then you list the name of those retail shops that you feel you intend to reach out. Is this clear in terms of the action step? Evelyn Daniel Hajara, please confirm that this is clear.
Right, it's not very clear.
Okay, so let me go through the process so that we are all on the same page. This is what we've done today. So we've started the process of business modeling, and in it, we have reviewed the value proposition canvas. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so we've done the value proposition canvas, this, and we've gone through how to. So number one, you just say, developing your value proposition. That's what we did here below. For each target market segment, or for each customer. Which customer segment? The next thing we've done, evaluated market segments to determine best customer segment to serve. And number three, we are doing sales prospecting exercise to identify potential customers that we shall be engaging. That's all that we need you to be able to do. So that is okay. So you can develop, you can evaluate your segments, and then using that Excel, please generate your prospecting sheet and share with us. Depending on where we are, I'm also going to share with you the business plan, or the investor memo summary. So by now you should be able to fill this in your document. By now, I'm just going to, so as we do all this, you should be filling your business investor summary, fill this section, you just copy this. So by now, this is where you can, okay, you have all this with you. We did this yesterday. So you have this covered, fill this. Fill accordingly. You now know what you are solving. Remember when we were doing the value proposition, fill this section, fill this section, fill this section. So far, this is what we have been able to do. So you should be able to fill your document up to this section. Any question, any comments? I hope you are seeing the direction we are taking to make, and I hope it is the right section. It's the right pace. Maybe I can hear final thoughts regarding the assignment and the steps you have taken so far. Daniel, I think I've seen Hajara's comments. Daniel, Evelyn, what do you think? Are we moving systematically? Are you understanding? Are you now able to fill the document we shared? Because we are actually working on our business plans systematically. And those are the steps we have taken so far.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
Yes, please. Evelyn, you are saying something?
Daniel came in first. Let me finish.
Okay. Yes, Daniel, feel free to come in.
Okay, I think we are at par.
Okay.
Evelyn,
you saying?
Just there's that table just before you did the recap. That had, I think, an individual, then a primary school, and you know, the other details that you're filling in.
Sorry, Daniel, kindly repeat. I think I lost you somewhere.
I was saying just before you did this brief recap, there was that table that you were filling in that had an individual's name first, then it also had a certain primary school, I think.
Yes, you just, that was an example. So you can just replace that. It was more of an example. Just replace and now put it into your context. Set your own targets. So it is to help you have realistic customers. You see, many times we plan, but we don't realistically determine, okay, who are we going to engage and what have you. So it's an exercise for you to think through potential customers. We want you, as you move through the accelerator, that you start actually seeing money, or at least explore the market in this process. So we want you to think through potential customers and potentially engage, and would love to hear how that went, because you've now developed your value proposition, you know how you'll engage them. So if you reach out to 20 based on the value proposition, how is the response and how is the market responding to the opportunity? While at the same time, you're actually working on your business plan based on what we've just covered. Is this clear with you?
Yeah, I get it now. And it's regardless of should I say, the classes of customers that, you know, we had tried to put earlier. Okay, in Julia's example, it's regardless of the
so
type
in this
of
particular
customers.
case, if you said you have more homeowners, then I would put category 1 homeowners and identify like 20. Then go on farmers and then put like 20, and then reach out to them. in the engagements, I'll realize who is a better market. So it's almost like you are validating who is the right potential customer so that you prioritize and focus on the right one.
Okay, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so that will sort of guide that evaluation that we were doing of that different types of
Yes,
customers that we have.
it will help
Okay.
you also validate who is the right customer. Because sometimes you are thinking
Okay.
emotionally, and on the ground, you actually find a totally different ball game.
Right. All right. I think that does it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Evelyn.
I think I've got what I wanted. You've explained it all to Daniel. My question was somehow related.
Evelyn, sorry, I lost you a bit. Kindly repeat.
I was saying, I have got the explanation when you are giving to Daniel.
Okay, till Thursday, I wish you all the best, and I hope I'll get some feedback how the interaction was. So use tomorrow to engage, interact with potential customers, and then at least we'll be very glad to hear some feedback based on the value proposition you developed and the interaction you had. How are people perceiving your communication? How are potential customers responding? I would be happy to hear if you got some new customers. Yeah, because we want this learning process to be practical. So that's ideally what we expect you to do tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we shall now look at, we shall finalize the business model and introduce financials. Okay, thank you very much. Please handle the assignments as we've interacted. And we shall be waiting for feedback in our next session, which is on Thursday. We shall be very keen. Please try and reach out and talk to customers based on the value proposition you've developed. It would be good for us to see how the market responds to what you've just done.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Roy. Thank you, everyone who has made it to the session. Yes, so we shall be waiting for the assignments. Please try to do the assignments as to help you to internalize and get everything that has been taught in this session. So we shall be waiting, and our coach will be ready to review and give comments what it deems. We'll see you on Thursday, and we shall be expecting your assignments by end of tomorrow. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day too. Thank you for the session.
Welcome.